Rolling. Well, guys, my name is Mr. Great, and today we have a really beautiful and smart and talented painter right now in the frame. I'm coming in. So, hi guys.
Hello.
We're here at the Studio D, and we got a little bit of fire for you guys. And as you can see, this beautiful lady I met at the Fine Art Expo this year, and you had amazing painting that I thought would be a great gift for my Dasha for her Sweet 16. I happened to get something for Dasha what she wanted, but I still kind of really like the painting.
Thank you. There's a next birthday next year.
It's always the next birthday, and we can probably do more if we're moving to probably bigger place, and she'll have more walls to decorate, and that would be probably a great piece. So with no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Christina, painter. Let's get our teleprompter rolling. Let me just set it up. It's, we have a little bit of issues with the teleprompter, so bear with me. And you can just enjoy looking at beautiful Christina. It's still entertaining. Without
Not that much.
And okay, so Control V, Control A, 46, and roll. And my first question for Christina is: how did you start in art, making art? How did you make art? Why do you make art?
I always had an affinity for art, and I've been recognized as talent since I was in elementary school. Mm-hmm. It's just I never started.
A lot of people draw when they're in elementary school. My son drew, but not that many have exhibitions and pay thousands of dollars to be in an art expo, and not that many people actually selling the paintings. Very few people actually sold there. I saw you were one of those lucky ones who actually had some actual physical sales.
Yes, but this happened a lot of years later than in elementary school.
Right. But that was your first exhibition, right? You just started. You started painting a couple of years ago.
I started to paint a couple of years ago. Yes. And how did it happen? I was in an art fair, and I've seen a Picasso painting since his beginnings, and I was surprised by his unrecognizable style. Mm-hmm. And at that point, my friend challenged me and said, "Oh, you'll never be able to do that." So I took the challenge, and a few days later, I sent him an exact reproduction of Picasso, and he was very astounded of my talent, and he challenged me to do even more. So this is how I started.
Okay, well, let's move to the next question. Let's move the teleprompter a little faster. So what is your most important artist tool? How do you pick artist tool?
So of course, like any other artist, probably the canvas would be my first most important, and then the pencil that I have to do that I'm doing my sketches with.
Mm-hmm. But how do you pick the right pencil? How do you pick the right canvas? You look at the reviews online or on Amazon, or you talk to a fellow artist, or it's something that you just something that resonates to you personally?
I generally like to go in the store and actually touch the canvas, feel the linen, the cotton, to see if it's a good quality, see if I like it, and imagine how the color will go, since I paint oil.
Any particular ones you can recommend for the audience? Do you know which ones are better? The quality, or it's just...
I couldn't think of any brand names, since I don't go with the brand. I go with just what I feel would be working with the oil. Okay.
Jacob, let's move a little bit. How can you describe yourself as credible artist? What's that about?
Credible artist. So I believe the first thing would be moving from a hobby or a passion to an actual job and treat it like it. I always try to improve and do better, so I set that in my mind. Mm-hmm. And when I have some emotions that I want to express, or some ideas that I am perpetuating or I want to perpetuate, I just start the paintings with that mindset and I just let the imagination flow.
But credibility comes from a number of perspectives.
Well,
Usually, sometimes people would say, "Okay, I sold so many paintings. I'm credible artist just because my painting got sold so much." Some people would say, "You know what? So many critics, art professionals, wrote about my work, critique and comment. So if I'm that much quoted, probably I'm important. I'm credible source." Some people just say, I know what it is. I went to school. I went to for the art school. I have experience. I've done it for so many years. Where's the credibility comes from?
I believe it also come from the connection that you make with the people, with the customers, the energy that you get from them, how serious you treat their desires or their feelings about a painting, or if they want to commission a piece. You know, if you listen carefully and you actually understand what's in the mind of the customer, of the potential buyer, I believe, if you give that feeling of understanding, that world of magic, let's call it, that the person can relate to, that they see something and they feel something else, or they can just go in a different world through the paintings that you make. I believe that could be one of the
Cool.
reasons that can call you a credible
How do
artist.
men approach you compared to women? That's a sensitive subject. I saw you at the art show, and you are obviously pretty and beautiful, and you had like three friends of yours who are like model-looking ladies, and obviously them standing next to you, your paintings, and they are so girly in so many ways that you attract a lot of attention in that way. But then probably guys just I don't know. You married? Are you married? Or you have a boyfriend? Single? Do they approach you for those reasons, or how do you deal with the that sensitive subject?
So sometimes, yes, it happens that men are attracted maybe to the beauty of the artist, the youth of the artist. I guess it's just an innate.
But can you convert that into sales without being, doing something inappropriate? How that, like, yes, they stop because they see your beauty and your beauty of your work, but do they walk away with the paintings? Do they really, convert that interest into what they see on the wall?
I believe that as a salesperson, you should always use all your assets. Not
Yes.
take advantage of them, but use them.
Appropriately.
Yes, exactly. And no, I'm not using
But
the beauty to sell.
Was it intentional that you had so many beautiful girls next to you, or it's just something natural?
At that point was not intentional. That could be a reason that some people might use, but there were my friends who were actually visiting and they love my artwork and they like to have fun. And
I see.
that just happened when you were there. But you can use that if you want to make a sales.
Promote
Exactly.
you can have artists with exhibition and hire maybe a modeling agency with 10, 20 beautiful models, and they will stand next to your paintings, and people will stand to look at the beautiful models, and it might be converted into sales of what those girls are looking for. People would say, okay, if those girls are attracted to that art, if I buy that painting in my house, the beautiful models will be attracted to my house, or like to the wall at my house.
That's a way of seeing things.
Okay,
Unfortunately, paintings
let's
don't
move
come
on.
with beautiful girls.
Absolutely. But the girls, when you buy a beautiful dress, you're not buying the dress. You're buying the dream that in that dress you can attract a interesting husband. The guy buys a fancy car that he cannot afford otherwise because he thinks that because of that car he might attract a proper partner for life. So
Yes.
those toys are usually in this biological language actually converts into something that people want to resolve their personal decisions.
So Are you saying that some people can buy paintings to use them as ways of attracting something?
Absolutely. You want to make a painting is a statement who you are and what you do at your home. So, if people have pornography on their walls, you probably know what that person is. If you people have Picasso on their walls at home, you probably have an idea what kind of art that person might like. So, paintings
Yes.
resemble a little bit. Of course, that person might have nothing to do with Picasso, but usually you can
There-
tell by the way people decorate their home what kind of person it is. So that's might have some correlation, not necessarily, but they can pretend to be someone and be someone else in reality. But usually if you have to, you're forced to, for the next 20, 30 years to look at that painting on your wall, you might want to put something that you're really comfortable having
and
at
you
your home.
relate to, or you connect to.
Either it's motivational and it makes you do sports and fitness, and it could be art that makes you do things, or it calms you down, or it's something that show off who you are. To if it's your living room,
Yes.
might be different art from your bedroom. In the bedroom, you might want something else, and in the living room that you show to everybody, it's a type of. I need some coffee and maybe a water. Let's go back to our question line. Stay. How does being an attractive young woman impact your sales? We kind of
kind of
answered
covered
that
that,
already. So let's move on. And how is your personality reflected in your work? I'm actually, instead of looking at the teleprompter, it's easier to look on the computer screen, but let's try.
So I think there is a little part of me in every painting that I make. I generally have a playful, dreamy, mysterious, adventurous personality that I actually reflect in every painting. I guess this is how I got the different styles that I can combine. That's why maybe I'm so flexible and I don't stick with just surrealism or just abstract. That's why I can manage to do more because each and every part of my personality is showing or it's going to a direction of different styles of painting. Painting is magic.
Do you think when they purchasing your paintings, they buy a little piece of soul, a little bit of you in that sense, or it's just something that you are willing to give away and show? Is it really you, or is it something that you're just willing to demonstrate to others?
I'm not trying to demonstrate anything to others, but I
It's
do
for you.
believe.
Paintings primarily for you. You might not sell it, so you
Yes,
do it for your pleasure.
For me, I definitely believe that people do see that little part, but they also relate more with themselves. So the painting,
It's like my YouTube channel. I film for myself and what I'm curious about. If people like it, they become fan of my channel. If not, I'm still filming it for myself. So
yes.
it's very similar.
I do it out of passion, out of love. I like to express the emotions that some people, or the feelings, ideas that some people would not do it in writing or in words or with behavior. It's an
Okay.
easier way to do it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you have interest in this beautiful lady's work of as a painter, what's the best way to reach out, or how they can look at your gallery? Facebook, Instagram,
You can
or
reach
your
me
website?
by Instagram at Christina Gabriela, or I have my website missc-art.com, which is missc-art.com.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can you see?